So, okay, my game decided to take me into the main or to the windows, and after that it was just black screen. So I came back, and by the way, while we are at it, I guess I might as well read this, otherwise, other than just a phone number. So, Blackwell Academy 1910. For over 100 years, I've almost said 10,000 years, Blackwell Academy has been an academic oasis for art and science, with diverse students from around the world seeking to change the world and their communities. Then Mark Jefferson meet your professors. After blazing a trail in the world of 1990 style and fashion photography, Mark Jefferson always knew he wanted to share his vision and inspire others. Yes, truly. In the late 2000s, he took a well-publicized detour into teaching around the country, inevitably ending up in a permanent position at Blackwell Academy. Mr. Jefferson's classes on art and photography are some of the most popular in the school's rich history, and his students will certainly go to inspire others with their own vision. Contacts admission Marianne Taylor, financial aid, security David Madsen, and custodian Samuel L. Taylor. But of course, as it was mentioned before, we don't 100% know what would be David's connection into this, but I highly doubt he would want Chloe to actually, for example, die. He seems to very much care. It's just a different question of what he will do with this warning, but it's what we can do.
For once, David, I'm praying you'll overreact to this as much as everything else.
I think,
and take Jefferson down fast.
However, that we should have mentioned where Rachel Amber's body is, because that is pretty freaking big thing. If we would have mentioned, okay, this is where her body is.
You wanted me to enter the contest, asshole. So maybe I'll be going to San Francisco. And Jefferson, you'll be going to prison.
And
the past within the past. Am I pushing myself too hard?
Probably. Is there anything we can do for
Victoria,
them?
It's nice to know how you really feel.
My phone is dead and I'm bored. Time to bust out my pussy. Why did I give up the world for the image? Because I suck, but Mark Jefferson rules. Everybody in here loves him, but he only seems to care about Maxie. I want to hate her, but she wouldn't care. Envy's a sin, Vic. Get over yourself. Well, she also now at least noticed that we didn't care, at least for this timeline. We didn't care.
I'm happy to fix it, so you'll be here to get your fancy camera, Victoria.
Hopefully. I am worried, however.
Not impressed anymore.
No. I do want to talk to Kate, because last time around I very much didn't, so...
The 90s are over for you, asshole.
It is interesting, though, how important this area or this moment of our time was, considering we again come back into here. But this is probably why the tornado stuff too.
Poor Kate.
Yes.
Hi, Kate.
Oh, hey, Max.
Kate, listen to me.
I am.
Always remember that you're not alone. I've got your back no matter what happens. So do a lot of other people. We all care. We're all here for you. You need to know that.
Max, that makes me feel so blessed for the first time this week. I don't know what to say.
That's okay. Neither do I. Maybe we could both use a hug.
Yay. Hug Kate.
Thanks. You always know the right thing to do.
I hope so. I hope this will not be ruining things even worse, which is possible after all.
This is the last time somebody bullies you, Kate.
Dear Kate, we love you. Love your porn video, Blackwell Academy. Yay. And these etched marks. Rachel and
Rachel.
Amber.
I'm sorry.
Rachel Amber forever, love heart. But yeah, it was kind of then traumatic after all for Nathan too. And of course it is, because why else would he do all that Rachel in the dark room?
I can't blame the cameras, but I just think of Jefferson using them.
You don't say. It's not too surprising.
Just a week ago, I was so naive about art, life, the world.
Yeah,
There's still some beauty left in Arcadia Bay.
still some.
I still feel like the lighthouse is calling out to me.
This is still unclear on the tornado and sus though. It's unclear, or is it because we did so much that
I'd
that's
like
why
to
it
bust
happened?
this up right now.
Like, we've been messing with timelines so much that that's why it all
Victoria.
happens?
I'm sorry you have to stand next to that psycho.
Yeah.
I see right through your bullshit, Jefferson. Everybody else will too.
I wonder if we just give that photo. Now we have a choice to actually give a photo. Maybe he will show that photo to us in there then though. But would there be some other photo, other time that would be the best here? That's a good question. Very good question. I have no idea. I guess we'll just be giving the photo then.
Mr. Jefferson, we need to talk.
Can you see I'm talking to Mr. Jefferson now?
Yes, I see. But maybe you shouldn't.
And why not?
Hold on, Victoria. Are you okay, Max?
I will be when Victoria understands that hiding behind a screen, posting videos of people is incredibly cruel and unfair. You're smart enough to know how easy it is to hurt somebody, to destroy their life. I just want you to think about how much it would hurt if somebody did that to you. You can always make the right choice, Victoria. I know you've got a good heart. I've seen it.
Listen, I didn't...
You don't have to explain. There's no reason for you to be so insecure that you can't be happy with your own talent. Wouldn't it be better to lift people up than to bring them down? You could inspire people.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about now. Do I, Mr. Jefferson?
I think I should stay out of this one, Victoria.
Then I guess I'm done talking.
And that's okay too.
That was kind of random, Max. What did you mean?
Here's my photograph for the Everyday Heroes contest.
Oh, that was easy.
No. It wasn't easy at all.
Well, I can't prejudge yet, but I'm very happy you decided to enter. That means a lot to me. And Blackwell. The first step for any artist is to put themselves out there in the world without fear. To be innocent.
Or guilty.
Guilty.
Thanks for the photo, and maybe both of us will be jet-setting to San Francisco this Friday.
Or maybe only one of us will be going.
Don't be so modest, Max. Anything can happen in a week.
As you're going to find out, Mr. Jefferson.
Oh dear. I wonder how things will go that we actually entered the photo. What will happen? That actually stayed the same. This stayed the same. The question is which things haven't stayed the same. Okay, they found the place. They went and found the place. He was arrested. Seriously? What about Kate? Okay. And Rachel Amber was found. Good. Very, very good. And of course... Oh, and we gave the photo. Our selfie was the one to win. Chloe should at least be alive then. Yeah, okay. I'm still extremely surprised about how we were able to do this, but what about the tornado? That is still the question. What will happen with the tornado? What did the storm mean? Did we play too much with Destiny? We are in airplane right now. Backless Airlines.
You're okay, Max. You're safe. On a plane.
I'm not sure about any of this, but I am happy
I hope I did everything right this time.
that David helped, but yeah, I'm just not sure about this reality. I'm just afraid. Local teacher arrested. Yeah, I know.
Good work, David.
David did react though, so I'm happy about that. Holy shit, you rule, Max. I'm so proud of my superstar. This is just the start of your career.
Oh, you're alive. I did it.
And just,
I fixed everything.
I don't trust this at all.
Well, sir.
I don't trust anything anymore. Ever. Things can change in a moment. Is the plane going to crash now? That's very much a likelihood. I have a feeling that the plane's going to crash. And what are we supposed to do about that?
It's so weird to be in between realities. Everything is out of focus and in the distance.
That's just what I have to think about this.
The beginning of the end for Jefferson and the Prescotts.
Two Moon Diner, amid all the heavy environmental chaos in Arcadia Bay, such as the unseasonal snowfall and beached whales, some residents reported seeing 2 full moons last night around 8 p.m. Witnesses claimed the double moons were clear in the night sky until clouds covered them up, shortly after they appeared. No cell phone or video footage has surfaced yet, which has led local meteorologists to believe that imaginations are in overdrive due to the recent echo havoc. Blackwell Security uncovers bunker and scandal. Acting on a series of tips from David Madsen, head of security at Blackwell Academy, police officers descended Tuesday on a bizarre underground chamber allegedly used by teacher Mark Jefferson and student Nathan Prescott to track, kidnap, and photograph young women. Although there were no other signs of physical or sexual assault of the victims, the disturbing revelations have sent shockwaves through the tranquil city of Arcadia Bay. Even so, Prescott, the most powerful businessman in the area, is under investigations for his role as owner of the farmhouse where the high-tech darkroom studio was located.
Your phone has to be shut off before we descend.
I have to admit, I love being called an artist.
Everyday Heroes display an artist reception.
These are FCC rules, sir.
We're almost in San Francisco. I'm so stressed, but I'm so excited too.
I'm just worried.
Aw, I haven't seen Hot Dog Man in forever. Chloe and I used to totally play the video game and watch him all the time. When we were innocent.
When we were innocent.
Please fasten your seat and stow any electronic gear until the plane is
hell am I
on the
supposed to figure
ground
that out?
and at the gate. Thank you. We're starting our descent in a few minutes. It's a beautiful day in San Francisco with clear skies and cool 60 degrees. We hope you enjoyed your trip, and we thank you very much for choosing Pacific West Air. Come fly with us anytime.
I don't think so. I'm hoping these airline seats get smaller so I won't have to fly at all anymore.
I bet this is a nice break for Principal Wells. After all the damage control he had to do this week at Blackwell. How did you sleep?
Hope I wasn't snoring out loud, Max.
Just a bit.
It's been a tough week at Blackwell. So I hope you'll forgive me. Between Mr. Jefferson and Prescott's, things have been hectic, to say the least.
I totally get it, Principal Wells.
That's a smart way of telling me to stop whining. We are proud of you for representing Blackwell at the Everyday Heroes contest. I know I'm not exactly the guide you wanted in San Francisco, but we all want you to have a great experience here.
I already am, and we're not even there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Christ.
Starting to bleed.
Another nosebleed?
Is this reality or
Max.
not?
You're not just screwing around with time.
You don't say. Yep, Yeah. Now we are in this point of time. We are in the taxi. But this is like slowly going into the point where we actually were before. So at that point we were tied up. And that's the point where we actually went back in time. More, even. And that was back in time. So we have still 2 more photos to come up. And I don't know what's gonna happen then. The tornado? Gonna pull us back into the lighthouse? What? Question mark? I don't know. I'm just worried. Or are we just gonna die because we exhausted ourselves completely into that? I don't know. Well, I guess there's...
San Francisco is so cool. And this gallery is huge.
So is the buffet. If an event skimps on the food, you know it's a bad event.
As long as I don't have to eat any caviar.
This is your day, Max. You can do whatever you want. I hope you take advantage of your status and talk to as many influential people here as possible. Work the room.
I don't know. I feel so weird, like I'm a little kid hanging with the adults.
Max, after this week, you are certainly not a little kid anymore. In fact, you're a noteworthy adult being honored by your peers. Now you have to start acting like the photographer you want to be. Hell, I wanted to be in charge of a big school someday. So I started taking charge of things when I was young. Ask my poor classmates. Max, I'm gonna eat up that caviar so you don't have to. Better get in there and start schmoozing.
You
know,
do
I
that.
won't always be here to take charge. But you come talk to me whenever you want.
I'm just so
Come on,
worried.
Max. After everything that's happened, this should be the least scary thing you've ever done.
Sure. But yeah, I'm very much worried about how things will exactly plan out when we actually get into the point where
Wow,
we used to
Max.
be.
You did it. Somehow. I went from the dark room to this gallery.
For now.
I've been through so many realities in 1 week. Life is weird.
It is weird and strange, as it is. Life is strange. But I'm just so worried what will exactly happen when we get into the point where we used to be, because we are not there yet. Like, usually you would be put into the point where you were actually in timeline. And we are not quite there yet.
There I am, along with all the other winners. I should say artists instead.
So, I'm basically reading this diary now after I played the game through, because I completely, 100% when originally playing this episode 5 through, I completely forgot in the full situation to actually think that, hey, I didn't actually read the diary at all. So in the future, all the diary entries that I read in the chapter 5 will be basically read afterwards, but I will just add them in some of those sections so that I can actually see them, because I would love to be able to actually see them and experience them regardless. So that's why we are basically here. So definitely we had read everything before. Yeah, about Frank there, and then Frank accounts book and everything. Let's read from here, because I'm sure that I've read some of this. So, and Chloe is more focused now than before, but there's quite a few pages already to read. I told her we have to keep moving forward no matter what, and I couldn't find Rachel on my own. That was enough. Now it's time to shine a light into the dark room, and so we certainly did. For a better or for worse. Interesting wish. And yes, that is a accurate enough description of the pictures that were in the dark room. Chloe and I loaded up our coordinates and hit the road. We were both quiet, yet excited. It's hard to explain the feeling. Even with all the horrible things happening, I found myself thinking that Chloe and I were part of some greater mystery that involved time, space, and all our fates. I never had much fate, not the Gate March kind anyway, but I couldn't believe we were being set up for doom after everything that's happened this week. But I wasn't prepared for the dark room. The coordinates led us to the old abandoned farm owned by the Prescott family, And I shouldn't have been surprised that it was actually housing a weird secure bunker that was filled with Prescott memorabilia and worse. If there was evil Ground Zero, this place was it. Cupboards filled with names, red binders that confirmed our first nightmares. Not that I even had any clue that our amateur detective work would lead us to this kind of a professional hell. When I saw the binder marked Victoria, my heart started pounding like a jackhammer. Then I had a real clue about what was coming. ... I don't even want to think about the images we saw of Kate March posed unconscious with that motherfucker Nathan Prescott. She didn't know the truth about what happened to her, even if she couldn't remember all the awful details. And then Rachel Amber, delicately composed photographs of her, drugged and all over Nathan like some kind of a sick hot couple. I couldn't bear to look at Chloe's face as she looked at the photos of her abused angel. I felt nauseated. All the hope I was feeding Chloe felt like vapor. And then we saw exactly where Nathan had taken his vicious layout with poor Rachel. In the junkyard. We finally found Rachel Amber. Dead and buried. I'm sorry, Rachel. Rachel, I'm sorry. Chloe, I'm sorry. Kate, I'm sorry. William. Fuck you, Arcadia Bay. High school should be the best years of your life, I've heard over and over from my parents and other experts. Fuck do they know? Tell that to Rachel Amber. Or Kate. I've never seen Chloe so cold and hard. She won't let go of the gun. So we have to find Nathan before Chloe kills him. And if that happens, it will be hard to rewind. But we're as close to the end of this nightmare as possible. So I have to block out those images of Kate March and Rachel Amber that will be burned into my retinas forever. There's still a final secret to uncover, and nothing is going to stop us now. Not even a goddamn tornado. And for the future, maybe it did though. Chloe and I pulled up to Blackwell's parking lot and arrived at the end of the world party. Oh, the irony. We had to get rid of poor Warren fast, who wanted to bask in his alpha glory and hang out with Chloe and me. I can't put another one of my friends in danger. So bizarre to see all the students dressed up in expensive outfits or pre-Halloween costumes, sulking and laughing and smoking and drinking, as if there wasn't a serial killer going to the same party, or the town wasn't in eco danger. As if to remind me of Arcadia Bay's ticking doomsday clock, I actually saw 2 moons in the sky over the horizon, or that's what it looked like briefly before the clouds rolled over. I squinted and actually rubbed my eyes like a dork just to make sure my iris wasn't foggy. Was this another sign or an environmental illusion? Other people saw it too, except Chloe didn't see anything besides vengeance. So she went into the gym looking for Nathan before I could catch up. Nature doesn't know that he's running out of time too. No irony intended. We are. My first and last Vortex Club party, flashing lights and DJ Doom, no comment, spinning in an alternate reality. I might have been at this party, standing in the corner, shy and nervous, waiting for somebody to ask me to dance, but being terrified if that happened. And that would have been the limits of my problems. Now look at me. But I had to find Chloe first, then Nathan before she shot him. No matter how evil I thought Victoria was, she's actually just a terribly insecure person with talent, passion, and tendency to be a cruel pig for no good reason. I have to see beyond our petty mean girl trauma and assume she has a role to play in all of this too. So we talked like human beings, and I warned her, without specifics about Nathan. She believed me, and it felt so warm to make a connection with my previous enemy. A sliver of light in all of this darkness. Let there be more. But so silly that I completely forgot to read all of this before. But hey, I guess we can read it now. It's fine. October 11, I guess. I watched Chloe die again. killed by my favorite teacher. Why? Because we were stupid and let Jefferson trick us with a phony text. So we ended up back at the junkyard and fell right into his trap. We should have called the police the second we found Rachel, but I had gone alone too far with Chloe. I keep thinking I'm invincible, that I'm a real everyday superhero, but no, I'm just Max Caulfield. Maybe all my powers are an accident of fate, or am I being punished like Chloe? What have we done to deserve all this pain? What did Rachel do? Kate? William? Then there's Mark Jefferson. I can't ever call him Mr. again. I'm still shocked that he turned out to be the one hiding behind the dark room. But if I think back to those pieces of time Jefferson has been chopping hints all along, it makes me sick to think how long he's been doing this for, and to whom. Yep, Victoria too. The needle, I can still feel that needle on my skin. Thank God I can't remember Jefferson posing me for most of his sick session. Imagine all those other people who had to suffer through that horror, like Rachel and Kate. That made me determined to get out of that room, at least to stop him and save Chloe. I had to use my focus rewind on multiple photos so often that even I got confused. Worse still, I knew I was screwing around with various realities again, but I had no other choice. Chloe would not die in a junkyard next to Rachel Amber. And there was no fucking way I was going to let Jefferson be the last person I ever saw. It's hard to even imagine myself in that studio alone with Jefferson acting like that. Everything was so neat and sterile, but it felt like the filthiest place on earth. If I didn't have this ability to bend time, what would I have done? What could I have done? Sometimes I felt removed, like I was looking at myself going through this hell. But thanks to Jefferson's glass photo, he personally helped me to escape. I also feel so terrible that Victoria had to end up in here with me, just because I warned her about Nathan. I should have known that she would rush to Jefferson for protection. Instead, he kidnapped her and almost murdered her, because of me. I'll never forget the way Jefferson looked at me, so cold and mean. I felt like I was on one of those awful true crime shows my mom binge watches. How does somebody become evil? He actually shot Chloe in the head, just like that. Motherfucker. I wish the police had taken Nathan in after I told Principal Wells that he drugged Kate. He might still be alive, and maybe he would have taken down Jefferson too. I can't believe I was able to focus and rewind into my selfie all the way back to art class on Monday. I turned in my photo for the contest after I sent a text to David warning him about Jefferson. Phew, the only reason I haven't had a total meltdown is the fact that I do have this incredible power. I have to use it right for once, and maybe never again. It was weird to be in a class with Jefferson, like I wasn't just tortured by him in an underground bunker. I saw him for the first time as he is. A creepy, manipulative psychopath, filled with bullshit. He uses art and passion to seduce people, but behind that there's nothing but hate and perversion. I only pray that I can fix this timeline, not fuck it up. Max to the future, it feels like I finally made things right. Chloe's alive, Dave Madsen became a real everyday hero by busting Jefferson and his dark room, along with Nathan and his father. The Prescotts have lost control of Arcadia Bay. Now I'm the official everyday hero, on my way to San Francisco with Principal Wells, who is a lot more funny and laid back when he's not stressing about Blackwell Academy. It's hard for me to totally relax, but all those pieces of time seem to be falling into place. And I think the reason why I completely forgot to read these diaries when I actually played this was that because we don't have our diary. It was, for example, kept by Jefferson on the table and so on. How are we supposed to exactly read it at the time if we don't have it? But yeah, I'm gonna read a couple of more times than during this playthrough now, than the diary like this, so we can at least see and hear it. So, see you soon there, and otherwise we shall be continuing in the art gallery. Tune in for more next time in Life is Strange.